Hello, happy Friday. What's up? Thank you for being here. Checking my sound, making sure my sound is good. Please let me know. I think we are good. So what's going on tonight, you guys? Okay. All right. Can you do me a favor and hit the like button for me? Thank you, please. Do you have any plans for this weekend? There are so many crazy cases going on that I'll be catching up on those so I can come on here and chat with you guys. Before we get started, everything in this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. I'm going to see if we can get through all of these in an hour. I like to try to stay under an hour. No, I put 5 on the oh, what are they called? On the thumbnail. I know, I think I put 5 on the thumbnail. We'll see if we can get through all of those 5. If not, we'll continue tomorrow. So, how's your Friday going, you guys? Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. All right, so we have some crazy cases going on. Starting with a house fire, Kimberly Sullivan. She was arrested at the age of 56 in March of this year, 2025, in Connecticut. Let me know if you've heard of this one. She was arrested on March 12th for, let's see, among the charges are kidnapping, cruelty to persons, unlawful restraint, risk of injury to a minor, and reckless endangerment. So she has pleaded not guilty and was released on bond of $300,000. Now let's see where this case gets crazy. This case is centered on allegations that Sullivan held her stepson captive for about 20 years in their home. So around the age of 11, his father died, and she's the stepmom. He's now 32. So supposedly he was removed from school around fourth grade at the age of 11, and then she confined him to a small storage room, approximately 8 by 9 feet, on the second floor of their home for much of the next 2 decades. So when he was 11, his father died, and she took him out of school and kept him in a room about 8 foot by 9 foot on the second floor of their home for over 2 decades. So, and this was in Waterbury, Connecticut. So now the stepson is 32. When he was rescued, he only weighed 68 to 69 pounds. And now this is a 32-year-old man, 68 to 69 pounds at the time of his rescue. Now, how was he rescued? So, this was triggered when the victim, the 32-year-old man who was being held captive, for over 2 decades. He reportedly set a fire using a lighter, hand sanitizer, and paper. This was on February 17th of this year, 2025. And he did that to attract help so he could escape. He could be rescued. And so the house catches on fire. Um, the police, the fire department, they all come. She's standing outside, I believe, with her dog, and the officer's asking her if there's anyone else in the house, and she says something about her other animals that are in the house. She either says something about her cat is still in there, or I think it was her cat or her cats. And then he said, "No, is there any body in there?" And she said, "Oh, my stepson. He's at the top of the stairs." So it wasn't even the top thing uh, at the top of her head to rescue him. So that kind of was a little bit of a red flag right away um, on the body cam. So you want to check that out. It's really interesting how she's acting, considering he's still in the house and the house is on fire. It's a pretty good fire. So, um, anyways, the Sullivan's attorney denies the allegations. He has stated that the client denies that the stepson was held captive. The defense claims that the victim's low weight and conditions have a prior history and that the allegations do not automatically prove wrongdoing. What do you guys think about that? Sullivan remains under investigation. The case is ongoing and evidence is being gathered and reviewed in pretrial hearings. So she has not gone to trial yet. In 2005, a welfare check by police or child protective services um, happened when the victim was around the age of 11. And then the fire was February 17th. Kimberly Sullivan was arrested March 12th, and March 30th, she pleaded not guilty. All this year, and a jury trial was requested. What do you guys think about that one? If you guys want to do a deeper dive on any of these, let me know, and we can definitely do that. I have a big deep dive on the Gilgo Beach, Long Island serial killer Rex Heuermann, allegedly Rex Heuermann, that I will be starting soon. And that's going to be a good one. It's probably going to trial next year. So we are going to need to do some lives to get caught up on that because it is a big case. It's got some craziness to it and possibly other states that it could be involved in, but of course, this is all alleged. So that's a huge case. Um, so, yeah, Long Island serial killer. I'll be bringing that up. I've got a lot of notes on that ready to go. So, you guys start a chat. Don't be afraid to chat down there. Let's get this thing going. Okay. Oh, it looks like we might be able to get through all of these. I can't show you, I could show you pictures if I held up my phone. However, I don't want to keep like putting my phone up. So, you guys can look up these people if you want to. Hopefully, one day I'll be able to afford getting the picture or video and picture. That would be really cool. But those things are very expensive, and I'm doing this for fun. So, and I cannot afford that. So, if you want to look up Kimberly Sullivan, to see what she looks like. And if you would like me to hold up my phone so you can see a picture of her, I don't mind doing that. But I guess it's not as professional looking as some people would think. So, whatever you guys want, whatever you guys think, I wouldn't mind. I don't care. However, this is all for fun. Oh, we got. Oh, you got. I guess you can't see it. I'll show you in a better light. But we got a new skate deck on the wall. Um, it's pretty cool. Anyways, all right. So now we have Brian Walsh. He um he got arrested a while ago. All right. So let's talk about Brian Walsh. He's a resident of Massachusetts. He came from a family with, it says, economic means, which I guess that means he was kind of wealthy. They had money. So through his childhood, it was described as emotionally challenging, and he underwent inpatient psychiatric treatment. So he dropped out of school due to mental health issues. However, he did develop a lifestyle of chasing luxury. So he'd go to upscale restaurants. He claimed art dealer credentials, socializing in elite circles. And in 2021, he pleaded guilty to a scheme involving selling two counterfeit Andy Warhol shadows paintings. And then on February 20th of 2024, he was sentenced to 37 months in prison and ordered to pay approximately $475,000 in restitution. Okay, so a year before that. So he is sentenced in February of 2024. However, we're going to backtrack a year to January of 2023. So in 2023, all right, we're going to talk about his wife, Anna. Anna Walsh Anna Walsh, a Siberian American real estate executive. She was last seen on January 1st of 2023 in their home after a New Year's Eve after a New Year's Eve dinner. On January 4th, her employer, so 3 days later, her employer notified authorities that Anna had not shown up for work, and the emergency Brian claimed that she was responding to did not exist. So he told them that she was on an emergency and that emergency did not exist. So the employer called authorities, and this was 3 days after she was seen on January 1st, after a New Year's Eve dinner. So Brian Walsh was initially arrested on January 8th for misleading a police investigation. So a week later. And then later he was indicted on charges including first-degree murder, misleading a police investigation, improper conveyance of a human body, and Anna's body was never recovered. So she's never been found. Prosecutors alleged that Walsh visited a hardware store on January 2nd, buying mops, brushes, tape, at Tyvek suit. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Um, Goggles, a hatchet, and he paid all in cash. A hacksaw with a bone fragment was found in a dumpster near his mother's home, along with items belonging to Anna, her rain boots, necklace, and other dumpsters. Walsh's Google search history, and this was on his son's iPad, included queries like how long before a body starts to smell, dismemberment, and the best ways to dispose of a body, and can you be charged with murder without a body? That's never good. Maybe one day they will learn that there is a digital footprint that doesn't go away. All right. Reports say that Walsh had life insurance policies on his wife as the sole beneficiary, and that his financial life was strained and he was living beyond his means. His upbringing and family relationships, particularly with his father, were marked by conflict and allegedly contributed to his sense of entitlement and scheming behavior. So he's entitled, they've got money, he hangs around with rich elite people, he thinks he's something that he's not, plus he has mental issues. So sounds like he's never been told no. Um, he sold paintings. Yeah, he got charged what 36 months with that. 37 months with that. Not sure. Oh yeah, he was in jail. Okay. He was in jail actually when he got the new charges. So yeah, he's entitled, grew up with money, entitled, probably was never told no or he was doing anything wrong, so he just thought he could do whatever he wanted and then put some mental issues on top of that. Um, that is not a good recipe. So he was later indicted on charges including first degree murder, misleading a police investigation, improper conveyance of a human body, and Anna's body has never been found. All right, and that is Brian Walshe. Is buying mops, brushes, tape, a tie-back suit, goggles, a hatchet, paid all in cash. There are still cameras everywhere. There are still cameras. Just because you pay with cash doesn't mean you're not going to get caught being there. All right, and then a hot hacksaw with a bone fragment was found in a dumpster near his mother's home. So this trial has been delayed. He pleaded not guilty to all charges. His trial was scheduled for October 20th of this year in Massachusetts. But it has been delayed to do some more mental evaluations. So let me know what you guys think about Brian Walshe and poor Anna. Hopefully, she will be found. Check in the chat, you guys. Hello, how are you guys doing? Okay. Oh, good, good. We are staying on time. I'm giving about 10 minutes for each of these. Of course, when you guys start chatting, there's more people in the chat and there are more questions and comments, and I'm commenting on those. This may go a little bit longer, or we might have to just talk about less cases. So, you guys come on in and get to chatting. I watch a lot of crime shows, a lot of trials, a lot. Um, so if you're interested and you don't have time, or you have theory or a suggestion about something, let me know. I know there are a lot of theories going along around about the Idaho 4 case. I'm trying to stay away from that because that is a rabbit hole you can get stuck in. I have my theory on it. If you guys want to talk about it, I will. However, I'm not probably going to bring it up. There are creators that have been diving into that since Brian took the plea deal, and so I have my one theory all along. I think I kind of know about something that I have my theory. Let's just put it at that. If you guys want to talk about it, we can talk about it. I'm not going to bring it up. I'm going to talk about other cases, current ones that are happening, and then, of course, we'll talk about some spooky ones or creepy ones or, those on other chats, on other lives. Okay, so you guys, so I can stay on time and stay on schedule. Um, we've got a 9-year-old missing, Melodee Buzzard. This is getting a little concerning. She was born on February 10th. It says born on or about February 10th, 2016, and I'm not sure why. Um, her mother is very shady. Her mom just actually got arrested, not for the disappearance of Melodee, but for, I believe, holding someone against their will, or captive, holding someone captive. So, and she just got arrested for that. So, 9-year-old Melanie Buzzard is missing. She was last home in the 500 block of Mars Avenue, Vandenberg Village near Lompoc, Santa Barbara County, California. She's about approximately 4'6" in height, around 60 pounds, brown curly hair, and brown eyes. However, authorities say her appearance may have been altered. They think she may be wearing a wig, or her hair has been straightened. A lot of times they cut their hair or they will bleach them, color them totally opposite colors. So she might have blonde hair at this time. She is, the FBI lists her as a missing and at risk child. So this is very serious. Prior to the disappearance, Melodee was reportedly homeschooled, and there are concerns that she had not attended or checked in with the school district since October of 2024. So she may have been missing here now for a year, over a year now. October 7th, 2025, Melodee and her mother, Ashley Buzzard, left Lompoc. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. You guys check that for me. So supposedly October 7th, 2025, Melodee and her mother, Ashley Buzzard, left in a rented white 2024 Chevy Malibu, California plate 9MNG101 for a road trip. Surveillance footage shows them at a rental car business. Investigators believe the pair may have been wearing wigs or otherwise disguising their appearance. Now, this is why I say she may have not been seen for over a year now, because in the surveillance video, it's a picture. It does look like her, and it is possibly her. However, why is the mom trying to change their appearance by putting wigs on them? She had a hoodie over her and down onto her face. So um, October 8th, 2025, the same vehicle was observed with a New York license plate. So the mom changed the license plate, a New York license plate HCG 9677, a plate that does not belong to the vehicle or to Ashley. Where did she get this license plate? You just can't randomly come up with a license plate. I've never just randomly had an extra license plate. So where did she come up with this one? So this is very concerning. Um, there's some kind of premeditation maybe going on here. Most definitely. Authorities believe the plate was swapped to avoid detection. And nowadays, you guys, I don't know if you know this, but cops can write up right onto you and run your tag, and it tells them on their computer if you what the car is, who the car belongs to, the registration, the insurance, and so I guess criminals may not understand that yet. They don't know that. I don't know. But yeah, cops can just pull up all your information right behind you. So if you switch your tag, that's not going to avoid any kind of detection. Hi, Dippy. Hi. It's actually going to mm, throw up red flags if a cop does run that tag and it's not the right tag for that car. And so, all right, so Melodee was last seen via video surveillance between Colorado and Utah during the return of their road trip. Ashley returned on October 10th to California with the rented vehicle, but without Melodee. Her whereabouts at the point and onward remain unknown. She has not been, Ashley has not been arrested for this. And this is in California, same as David having a body in the trunk of his Tesla and he has not been arrested. So, what's up, California? Do you ever arrest anyone? I think if you go on a road trip with your daughter, a 9-year old, and you come back without your daughter, you should be held until your daughter is found. Just like Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell, those were two young children. I know Tylee was a teenager, but if they are their guardians and they show up without their children and their children are nowhere to be found, they need to be arrested until they tell authorities where the children are and they're found so they can be let go, or they need to be arrested and kept there. And if they don't tell where the children are, then they are left in there. Sorry, but how can you not arrest a woman that comes back without her 9-year-old child? I'm getting a little irked here. Let's move on. All right, so they go on a road trip. Ashley comes back without Melodee. Now, Melodee's father died in a vehicle crash in 2016 when she was a baby, when she was about 6 months old. Um, and some family members, aunts and uncles, claim that Melodee had been kept from them by Ashley and that the family visitation had been limited or non existent for years. So, where is Melodee? That is the question. So, if you guys have any information, please look up her picture. Melodee Buzzard. She is 9 years old. She's beautiful. She's got cute round cheeks, long, gorgeous, brown, curly hair. Of course, the picture that the mom gave authorities looks like about a 5-year-old child. You can tell by the teeth; they're tiny, little bitty teeth. So um, she probably won't have, her cheeks probably won't be as round, but it definitely does not look like a 9-year-old. And they're talking about authorities. Well, rumors are going around about human trafficking. So let's pray that that's not the case. Um, if you have any information, contact the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office, Criminal Investigation Division at 805 681 4150, or the anonymous tip line 805 681 4171. And that is Melodee Buzzard. Hope she is okay. And I'll be keeping an eye on that case. Again, her mom was arrested, however, not for the disappearance of Melodee Buzzard. She was arrested for holding someone captive, but we'll talk about that more later. Now we're going to move on to Danny Ray Berchfield Jr. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. What are you guys doing tonight? Oh, we're going to watch the new Frankenstein movie. That's going to be good. Hopefully it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. We like watching a lot of things, all kinds of things, silly things, fun things. It can be really stupid and it's still entertaining. So, yeah. All right, Donnie Ray Berchfield Jr. is from North Carolina. All right, he is 35 or 36 years old, depending on when his birthday was. People age. That's going to be my birthday in about 7 weeks, I suppose. All right, Donnie Ray Berchfield Jr. So he is 35 or 36. He was arrested following an investigation that began after an unattended death was reported at a residence on Churchill Drive, Lancaster County on July 25th, 2025. That is in South Carolina. An unattended death is when someone dies and no one's around. So it's like you if like somebody walks in and finds somebody hadn't passed away in their sleep. It's unattended. All right, these are some crazy allegations. All right. So these allegations are extremely serious. So I don't know. Do I need to put like a warning or something up? I don't know. Okay, so these are extremely serious and involve both physical confinement and financial exploitation. He is accused of keeping 4 adults in his basement captive over an extended period. Among the 4 alleged victims, a, uh, vulnerable married couple who was who he was the caregiver for. So he was caring for these 2 people and then decided to put them in the basement. And then 2 women with whom he was reportedly having a an intimate relationship with. So he put them in the basement too. So one of the victims is alleged to have been held in the basement for around 10 years. They were denied access to food, medical care, communication with others, and freedom of movement. Berchfield is alleged to have controlled when the victims could eat, use the bathroom, leave the basement, and their communications. So after the death of one of the victims, the married woman, so remember there was a couple, her death was not reported immediately, and the investigated investigation broadened when it was called about her death. So Berchfield is accused of using the victim's debit cards and bank account information for purchases and to pay off his own debts since at least September of 2022. So he is alleged to he is alleged to have used roughly $11,800 from the couple's bank account in one period to pay his credit cards. So he is charged with 4 counts of exploitation of a vulnerable adult, 4 counts of false imprisonment, 2 counts of domestic violence of high and aggravated nature, 2 counts of abuse of a vulnerable adult, 2 counts of financial uh, transaction card theft, 1 count of transaction card fraud, 1 count of financial identity fraud. He is he is held in the Lancaster County Detention Center and has had his bond set reportedly at $150,000. The case remains under investigation and additional charges may follow as further investigation is processed. The autopsy, pathology reports, evidence. All right, and that was Donnie Berchfield Jr. We'll keep an eye on that case. He has not gone to trial yet. But yeah, he was keeping 4 people in his basement. Um, there's actually a show called Body in the Basement, and it comes out once every week, and it's actually a pretty good show. If you like those shows, if you're watching me, you probably like those shows. So, um, yeah, every week they come out with a new one, and there are people with a body or bodies in their basement. So that's the name of the show, A Body in the Basement. Um, I can't remember what it's on. We watch Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Peacock. So just look it up on the internet. Just type it in if you want to see where to watch it. A Body in the Basement. So yeah, this guy Donnie Berchfield Jr. had 4 bodies in his basement. Of course, using their money to pay his bills, and when one of them passed away, he didn't report it on right away, and the investigation started, and they ended up finding 3 other people in his basement. So, body in the basement. I don't know, you guys. We don't have basements here. When I lived in Wisconsin, we had a basement. Do you guys have basements? Most of the houses here where I live do not have basements. So moving right along, keeping on time. Thank you for joining me. It is Friday night, you guys. It's Friday. I will be getting off here and oh, we've got 20 minutes left. Okay. I gotta get this done then. Okay, there's a new documentary out about Susan Lorencz, Lorencz. Okay. Now and it's a pretty good documentary. I actually got kind of choked up and because it's actually a real documentary. There's body cams, um, yeah, and then this crazy lady right here. In my opinion, she is crazy. You shoot somebody, I think you're crazy. So Susan Lorencz is a resident of Ocala, Florida. And if I'm not pronouncing that, let me know. If I'm not pronouncing that right, all of a sudden we are in places I've never heard of before, and I don't know how to pronounce them. So Susan was approximately 58 years old um, at the time of the shooting. So basically, um, she lives in this little community where the houses are kind of connected and they're like duplexes or triplexes. I think they might have been quadplexes. So, they're connected and then there's a big field. And so she lives in one of these and but then there's a big field where all the kids go and play soccer or football or whatever, and it makes her mad. And so she's always just complaining about these kids just being kids, always calling the cops on them. And, they're just, they're just playing, being good kids, honestly. Um, Better than them inside playing games or getting into trouble. So she's just really causing some issues and she's being the nuisance. Well, she would take some of the kids' stuff and then throw it at them. Like I think she threw some skates at them. And one day, supposedly she took one of the boys' iPads, and her the boy's mom went over and knocked on her door to confront her. And then on June 2nd, Susan fatally shot through her door at her neighbor, AJ or Ajika Owens, who was 35, a mother of four, through a locked front door. So supposedly, uh, AJ Ajika knocked like one time or two times, and boom, shot through the door. Susan Lorenz said she felt threatened. Um, I think she claimed self defense. Said she felt threatened by the children outside the door. And that's another thing. She shot through her door and knew there were children out there. Do you have to shoot through a door because there's children out there? You feel that threatened. Um, so yeah, the mom got hit. Susan Lorencz was arrested on June 7th of 2023 and charged with manslaughter with a firearm, culpable negligence, battery, and 2 counts of assault. Her trial took place August of 2024, and a jury found her guilty of manslaughter with a firearm. And this is in Florida, stand your ground is in Florida. I don't know that law completely, but I don't think stand your ground means you can shoot somebody through a locked door. I don't think that stands. All right. So, oh, okay, yes, The Perfect Neighbor, the documentary film, The Perfect Neighbor. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good one. It always takes a little bit to get me teared up, but man, I almost just did on that one. This lady is heartless. All right, so she got 25 years in prison for that. 25 years. Now she is 50. What was it, 56? 58. But I don't think that's long enough. I do not think that's long enough. What do you guys think? So that documentary, Perfect Stranger, Perfect Neighbor. Perfect Neighbor, a good one. All right, and we have 14 minutes left. What cases have you guys been watching? Have you been watching any cases? I was watching a crazy one today. There, I got all of this set up, and then like last minute, I see all this crazy stuff happening. Let me see. Check on. Yeah, Ashley Buzzard's arrest. This is Melodee Buzzard's mom. She was arrested for false imprisonment. So, we'll see what that turns out to be. So, oh, and Donna Adelson still claims she's innocent. Poor Miss Donna Adelson is innocent, and of course she is filing for appeal. Filing to appeal. Miss Donna, she's innocent. Oh, and then we have Anton Brown. Do you guys know who Anton Brown is? A former NFL player. Antonio Brown, I'm sorry. Antonio Brown. Yeah, he was arrested on attempted murder charge. And then we have authorities in Arizona confirm that um, Christopher Schultes. Okay, now he had pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was expected to receive 20 to 30 years in prison. However, authorities in Arizona confirmed that Christopher Schultes, 38, was found deceased on November 5th, 2025, just hours before he was scheduled to begin serving a prison sentence for the death of his 2-year-old daughter. Crazy, crazy things going on out there. Anything else? Anything else? Let's see. I think that was it. Like, wow, you guys have all kinds of things going on. Oh, the case I was watching today, Devin Michaels, she is accused of beheading her ex-husband. The body was found. The head has not been found. She is on trial right now. So that's what I was watching today. That's what I'm going to be catching up on tomorrow because uh, it's a crazy one. She ended up okay. So she ended up divorcing the guy she's accused of beheading, but now she's married to his son and she's had children with him. So it is a super crazy story, you guys. Super crazy. Let me know if you guys want to chat about that. Um, all right, I'm gonna wrap it up. Oh, do we have any comments or questions in the chat? You guys feel free to come in and chat. Let's talk about it. Let me know what cases you have been following. I can't follow all of them, but I do follow a lot. Um, there was a noise. I'm gonna have to go check that out now. Um, oh, and what shows have you been watching? We have been watching Murdaugh, Death in the Family, and I'm telling you, it's pretty good. I watched that trial, and the guy that plays Alec Murdaugh, I can't believe how good he is, and I almost feel bad that he looks like Alec Murdaugh and sounds like him. Um, but he's doing an amazing job. That show's awesome. It comes out once a week. Of course, there's been several episodes now, and comes out Tuesday night, I think around 11. So I watch it on Wednesday. So I'm waiting on Wednesday. Um, it's at the point where hopefully I'm not spoiling it because I mean, surely you guys know Alec Murdaugh and what happened, but it's at the point where Maggie and Paul just got shot and 911 was called, and so and then it cut off. I was like, oh no, no. Um, yeah, that's a good one. Murdaugh, Death in the Family, and then yeah, the Susan Lorencz documentary was good. I watched so many shows, all kinds of good shows. Um, So thank you for being here, you guys. Yeah, the guy that plays that actor is. I forget he's not Alec Murdaugh sometimes. It's crazy. Give that guy a, I don't know, what do they get? Oscars or Emmys? Give that guy an award. All right. I hope you're staying safe out there. Thank you for being here. Stay tuned for the next live. We're going to be bringing out some more crazy stories, deep diving into the Gilgo Beach, Long Island serial killer Rex Heuermann, allegedly. His trial should be coming up next year. And until then, you guys are awesome. You make my day better. Have a good night. See ya.